appreciate her knowing her place. She knew what she could not do. I'd much rather you get out there and do whatever you can do than get out there trying to do something that you know you can't do. So maybe it wasn't that bad. Demographic, for you not to perform them for real, I was like, who did this set list? We messed up. Another woman appeared. And it just looked like she was just missing her partner. Watching this because I want to talk to you guys about it. That's why I watched the VMAs. Hello. I am Nicole and welcome back to the channel. Now y'all, it's been a cute minute, but we are back with an episode of Run the Show, which is all about the 2022 MTV VMAs. And I now regret wearing this shirt, but we're here now. Let's get it going. So let's get into all of these awards, performances, and the biggest moments of the night. All right, now the MTV VMAs were actually started in the 80s, creating an alternative to the Grammys, hoping to acknowledge the art of the artist, mainly in the video medium. By 2001, it was the most coveted award show and was known as the Super Bowl of the youth. And really, it was a major night. It always happens kind of before school starts, so you already know, like, everybody's gonna be talking about whatever happened that night. The VMAs have always been known for the biggest and best performances, the crazy red carpet outfits that turned into Halloween costumes, and, you know, of course, everybody always brings up the Madonna, Britney moment, that kiss, Janet Jackson's Vanguard award. Like, it's always a major event throughout the year. Honestly, I don't even think it's just for teens anymore. Like, people who actually care about music and care about music culture all tune in for the VMAs. Back in the 80s, music videos were typically used as large marketing schemes and ways to promote music. But in recent years, music videos seem to be something that is special for fans, being that we don't have TRL, we don't have 106 in Park, we don't have places that are solely just to appreciate the music video other than fans going to YouTube. And now it is just a token for fans, which I guess why now most of the categories are fan voted, which leads us to the awards. As of lately, the VMAs has really seemed more so like a popularity contest rather than awarding the art of the music video, which is obviously due to the new voting standard of the fans voting for their faves, which I ain't mad at, but it's led to a lot of weird awardees and a lot of weird categories. Like, what is Song for Good? So a few of the awards that were actually televised for the show was Lizzo winning Song for Good, Nicki winning Best Hip Hop, Lil Nas and Jack Harlow winning for Best Collaboration, Dove Cameron actually took home Best New Artist, Taylor Swift took home Best Long Form Video and Video of the Year, and Anita actually won Best Latin. Now those last three, I think were actually purchased by the label, which happens all the time. Taylor literally closed her speech by telling people to tune in at midnight. So promo play. This happens all the time. It was good to see Lil Nas back out of the house. I feel like he's been in hiding. Like, I know his tour is coming up, but I feel like it's been a long time between the album dropping, all of the award shows, and the tour. I don't know if it was a pandemic situation, but it was good to see him back out the house and be awarded because, like I said, Montero was a great album. He did a lot of great content for it, and unfortunately he was not invited to the BET Awards and left out of the nomination. So to see him get recognized by MTV, which they normally do, was great. Now, obviously, the biggest award of the night is MTV's Video Vanguard Award, which is pretty much their version of a Lifetime Achievement Award, which was awarded to Nicki Minaj. Now, if you ask me, it's very much so deserved. Nicki is, from the top of her career, always been creative with her content, whether it was straight up hip hop, whether it was leaning more pop, always very creative with her visuals. And the Vanguard awardee's performance is the most anticipated portion of the show. So let's go ahead and get into her performance. So let's be honest, y'all. The main reason we tune into award shows is for the performances. And for the video Vanguard performance to be the most anticipated one of the night, they really dropped the ball on this one. They didn't even set up Nicki's performance. We literally came in from commercial break and saw her silhouette. This is how we introduced the video Vanguard. Come on now. I feel like it was refreshing to see Nicki back on stage just because of her lyricism, but it's clearly been a minute since our girl really like touched the stage for real. She kind of did herself a disservice by not performing longer versions of the songs. Like she did she did 6 verses within that whole little Barbie Dream House setup. She brought back Roman, which I appreciated, but I was like, okay, this is nice. So coming up out of the house, which was, ooh, nice Barbie Dream House, I get it. It was cute, pink. The contacts were not needed. It scared me for real though. Like, I thought something was wrong. And then she kept them in all night. And then after those few verses, we only got a bit of super bass. She did the instrumental to Anaconda. She didn't even perform Anaconda for real. Whatever. Yeah, like some of her biggest, like for it to be MTV's Lifetime Achievement Award basically, and some of your biggest pop songs, which is heavily that demographic, for you not to perform them for real, I was like, who did this set list? We messed up. But I'm gonna leave her alone on the songs. Maybe she couldn't mix all of that within the time frame that they gave her, which was another thing. They put that in the middle of the show. But yeah, it was just very underwhelming. It wasn't horrible, it was very underwhelming. Like even when we transitioned to the strip club set, it looked like somebody's high school talent show coordinator put that, what was the super freaky, like, just the positioning of the letters was very strange. Very strange. And I know, obviously, like I said, performances sometimes and awards are purchased by labels for promotion. So of course she's gonna come out here and perform her new song. But I feel like she could have did a verse and of course twice. I didn't need a full performance of Freaky Girl. I ain't need it. Some of the other big performances of the night were Jack Harlow. He actually opened up with, of course, First Class. His set was really nice. I appreciate the little First Class scene. Nice outfit change straight to the red carpet. I saw the concept. It was a cute setup. He brought out Fergie, because obviously the glamorous sample. And it further proved that baby still can't sing. She turned into her own hype man. Like, why are you talking us the lyrics? We know the song. We want to see you perform it. Actually, I appreciate her knowing her place. She knew what she could not do. I'd much rather you get out there and do whatever you can do than get out there trying to do something that you know you can't do. So maybe it wasn't that bad, but it just further proved the fact that that national anthem is really the vocals that Fergie sang. Spangled Then we transitioned from Jack Harlow's performance right into Lizzo's performance, which was kind of awkward to me to be like a show opener. Like typically after like the first performance, if they are hosting, which Jack Harlow was, like they typically have their monologue after their performance, then we get into the show. But it was like curtains closed, turn camera, Lizzo. Another production situation, but hey, she performed About Damn Time and To Be Loved. I liked Lizzo's performance, but you could tell like all of the mess, thanks to Aries Spears, in the media kind of like affected her. Like I felt like she was holding back a little bit. Like she was going through the motions, going through her choreography, hitting her marks, but it was like, all right, I'm gonna get through this performance. You could tell like at the end of it, she literally like screamed. It was just like, all right, I'm over this. Let me get off this stage, which sucks to like have such a big moment. Like you have these 2 big songs, you're in your promo area for your album, and for somebody to be out here literally dogging you on social media, having people talk about your body and your, whatever. It's just like, you can tell like artists are humans. Like, so those things are gonna affect them in the way that they perform and do their job. So be nice. Like, I ain't got no place to talk. And the last performance we'll get into, just because it was very strange, J Balvin, which always, actually, he always puts on like a good performance that's visually, attractive. Like, but this one, the VMAs have done this thing now with the in-person shows where they have this hologram, which is actually really cute. But they had a hologram that was Godzilla size of a woman bent over twerking the entire time. Now I'm all for twerking, but it just was very distracting to have something that large and you're this small. I'm not looking at you. I don't even care about what you're saying. I'm trying to figure out why this thing is here and moving like this. I'm confused. It was just very, very distracting. Creative, yet distracting.
And the video girl that was behind them, her positioning.
Yeah, by the end of the performance, another woman appeared. And it just looked like she was just missing her partner. Very, very strange. Now, I am not bilingual. I don't speak Spanish. I can vibe to Latin music because it's a vibe, but what were the lyrics? Like, what warranted that? You know? What warranted this big gray woman twerking? Very strange. But yeah, those were the standout performances to me. Everybody else had a night. There were a lot of rock performances, a lot of international performances. It was Blackpink's debut on the VMA stage. But it was a lot of horrible lip syncing too. It was like, your mic is here when it should be here. A little more practice, a little more training. Overall, this year's VMAs had okay performances, but nothing was memorable, nothing stood out, and it was just like just watching the show. Like, it made it actually very hard to keep watching. It's like, I'm watching this because I want to talk to you guys about it. That's why I watched the VMAs. Like, it's just, this year fell flat. And I mean, award shows do that. They have some great years, they had some bad years. This was a bad year. Come back at us better next year. Now, to get into the overall production of this year's VMAs, I felt like the flow of the show was actually stacked properly. Just the lineup did not bring the memorable moments, or this year actually had a lot of new performers, which also could have been a playing factor. This was a lot of people's VMA debut, which could also play a factor into newer artists taking the stage and figuring out how to create those moments that are memorable. But yeah, I mean, I give them kudos because the prompter was done properly. There were no random pauses, no horrible jokes that fell flat. They were kind of straight to the point, and gave you actually a little bit more information as to who was coming to the stage or exactly what the art that was being awarded was about. So maybe next time we just need to pay attention to who we're inviting. Like, maybe just not so many new artists to where, you know, you have those solid faves in like every kind of genre, every category, and then you like sprinkle in your new people here and there. Oh, and do not do that. Do not do that 3-host situation again. We did not see LL Cool J the whole show. He opened and he closed. I feel like he was like the placeholder because both Jack Harlow and Nicki Minaj had like performances to worry about and were also being awarded throughout the night. But yeah, like when Rihanna hosted and got the Vanguard Award, she talked a little bit in between her performances and she performed the whole night, which I actually would have preferred from Nicki. We could have had a few more sets, could have had a few more, like she could have pocketed her, you know, her pop bass, her EDM bass, hip hop. I feel like that kind of would have been a little more productive and also made her hosting more comfortable. Yeah. Jack Harlow, when he was doing his hosting cues, he actually did pretty good. He had Drewski as a sidekick all night though. I didn't understand that, but maybe that's a them thing. But yeah, I feel like if they could properly stack the show and invite the right people, they'll get the moments that they're looking for rather than having the announcer kind of like allude to past moments. Like they kept bringing up Avril Lavigne giving out the Best New Artist award when she won that award 20 years ago. It's not like she won it last year to like pass the torch. It's just very awkward ways to like cement yourself instead of organically being the VMAs and like holding up that standard. Okay, y'all, that is a wrap on Run the Show for the 2022 VMAs. Y'all let me know, what were y'all favorite performances? Did you all feel like all of the awards were deserved? Do y'all think they should go back to other artists voting rather than the fans voting? How did y'all feel about these performances? I definitely want to know, so sound off in the comments. But anyway, y'all already know what to do. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And of course, hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.